So pull up to the office today to record this video, and my neighbor next door is just jamming. You know, 2018, 2019, 2020, me was like, oh no, I'm gonna be able to hear that I'm recording, it's gonna ruin it a little bit. But no, that is not the case anymore. We are at a place right now where like technology can do so much. I felt like I needed to make this video. It's just an acknowledgement of this inflection point that we are at right now in 2023. And this video is sponsored by Squarespace. AI, artificial intelligence, I don't know, it depends on like where you're at on the spectrum of how often you're on Twitter, I guess, probably, maybe is the main thing. Maybe you're sick of hearing about AI. Maybe you haven't heard about AI at all and you're like, what are you talking about? Maybe you're somewhere in the middle. I don't know where you are. It is, can we just take a second? Can we just pause for a moment and recognize that I'm 37 years old. When I was a kid, when I was 12, we were just getting the internet. The internet was we got a disc in the mail. I think it was Earthlink, and I think we also got one like the next day from AOL. And you put it in your CD-ROM and hopefully had a modem. I don't think we did. I think my buddy came over and we had to install a modem into our computer, and we plugged it into the phone line, and you dialed up, and it just, you're connected to the internet. And we're like, wow, okay, what does that mean? I think we got Napster immediately and just started downloading songs just immediately. Anyway, that was 25 years ago. And now, and many people would argue that this is understating it, but I think we're at a very similar inflection point with artificial intelligence and how that's disrupting like everything. But for now, it's not really disrupting everything. It's just making a bunch of stuff that used to be very hard easier. So here's 3 of the things that I've been using. First, that sound one that you heard me talking about. Let me just on my phone record a little thing. This is Cody. I'm in my studio. You can hear it's pretty echoey. I processed this pretty tough to make sure that it doesn't sound super echoey in the final edit. But this is what it sounds like just coming off the cell phone. Take that, upload that. It's gonna enhance the speech. Less than a minute. This is Cody. I'm in my studio. You can hear it's pretty echoey. And that is that. Then you just download it, sync that back up with your video. Generally, people are adding in some reverb. And also people are talking about sometimes it garbles it, sometimes it messes it up. The bottom line is there's a tool now available that is somehow using AI that can save, that is at least beginning to be able to save audio that used to not be salvageable into something that's usable, which is amazing. Even built into Final Cut, which is what I use to edit, there's a voice enhance now. I know DaVinci Resolve has an AI enhanced one. This is Adobe's one. This stuff is like becoming ubiquitous, right? That's audio. Again, depending on where you've been and who you listen to, you may be like completely done hearing about ChatGPT. It is something that I use for fun. I use for work. I use like pretty much daily, I would say, in order to just do stuff. In order to ask a robot to do something, to start something that I'm having a hard time starting. So many of you know that I have ADHD. One of the challenging aspects of ADHD is like knowing that we can do something, but just not having the kind of desire to start doing it, or like the motivation to start doing it, or just feeling like a little bit like failure to get launched, right? Like failure to start doing the thing, failure to dive into the thing. I've been able to use ChatGPT to almost gamify doing hard stuff or easy stuff that I know I can do, but I just don't want to do. It just sort of like starts the process for me. So this is like way out of left field, but I had an idea to start a YouTube channel that was like Enneagram numbers getting married to other Enneagram numbers. So it'd be like, Enneagram 7 marries an Enneagram 3. What should they do to make sure that each other knows that they love each other, right? Let's just write a YouTube script about that. Let's bring out the facts. All right, let's throw it over to GPT-4 because GPT-4 is like better than GPT-3, but also at the same time, Enneagram. At the same time, like I feel like GPT-3 came out, and then like 2 weeks later, GPT-4 came out. Everything just feels like it's moving so rapidly. 25 years ago, the internet came out, for me anyway, but now we're like down to months. Now like every month we're getting a new thing. GPT-4 is a little bit slower because it has to think a little bit harder. Intro music. So it writes an intro. So first, let's quickly recap. Enneagram 7s are adventurous, fun-loving, and outgoing. They're characterized by desire to experience everything that life has to offer, but they can also struggle with impatience, distraction, and avoiding negative emotions. Enneagram 3s, on the other hand, are driven, ambitious, and image conscious. They aim for success and are adaptable, but they can be prone to workaholism, competitiveness, and sometimes come off as insincere and very image conscious. When these two types come together, they can form a powerful and dynamic duo. However, just like any other pairing, they might face specific challenges. First off, 3s and 7s can both have tendencies to avoid negative emotions, but they do so in different ways. 7s might distract themselves with new experiences and activities, while 3s might bury themselves in work. This can lead to a lack of emotional depth and connection if not properly addressed. So again, this is just a start. In order to make this a real YouTube video, you'd have to dive down into each of these components, right? But in order to do that, I could just copy this section and be like, give me a 5-minute deep dive outline into this section. Boom. Sure, here's a deep dive. And then using what I know about Enneagram and the study that I've done on Enneagram, I could very easily add my own personal anecdotes into this. It just gets it started. It takes away a lot of that friction in order to get started, which is, for me, sometimes the hardest piece. When I know there's a complex thing that I need to tackle, this is just like, code, let's just dive in and tackle it, all right? Okay, before I get to the third, Squarespace sponsored this video. Squarespace is your all-in-one, one-stop shop for building a website on the internet, right on the internet. They got very professional templates, so you don't need to know how to code in order to make something that looks absolutely fantastic, that you're happy to show to potential clients, to your friends, to your colleagues. They've got a bunch of different integrations, so you can do whatever you need to do with a website. You can sell stuff right on your website in a shop. You can schedule appointments right through your Squarespace site. Obviously host your portfolio there, run a blog to stay relevant and on top of the trends that are going on in your industry. Whatever you need to do as a small business owner with a website, you can do with a Squarespace site. If you want to try it out, go to squarespace.com/CodyWarner, and then when you're ready to buy, use the code CodyWarner to get 10% off your first purchase. Third thing, and this just came out. I feel like this literally just came out. I've seen so many TikToks about it. Hopefully you've seen it already. If you haven't yet, I'm gonna show it to you right now. Adobe Photoshop Beta. Basically, they merged Midjourney with Adobe. They just put Midjourney right into Adobe. So they've got this AI generator right inside Adobe now. It is absolutely insane. So let's just open this one up. Okay, this is a photo that my buddy Josiah took of me a long time ago. Let's say I need a lot more head space, I need a lot more foot space, I just need more room. I'm gonna go to the crop thing, make this bigger, make this bigger. All right, let's say that's what it is. Enter. Okay, I'm gonna unlock the background. I don't think you need to do that. Go to select, come in here to, just inside the frame of my thing. And I'm gonna select the inverse. So now all of this white space is selected. Click this generative fill button. You could describe what you wanted, but if you don't describe, it's just gonna interpret what it thinks you need, and it's gonna generate that. Hit generate. I don't understand. I mean, I do, but I also don't. It just did such a good job. So that's the first option. That's one. Here's two. Also very buyable. Three, a little bit more grungy. Okay. This one, like, you know, some of them you can tell you can tell they're AI. But if I go back to that first one, like, maybe, I'll tell you what though, it would definitely work for a thumbnail on YouTube. It would definitely work for, you know, a social media post where I just needed to put text over on the side and I'm gonna blur that out or something like that. Like, that's insane. Let's do another one. So here's a photo from Cabo earlier this year. Let's pretend that we needed this puppy to be 16 by 9 instead of a portrait. Put it like that. Do the little select thing. And this is the beginning. Like, this is the beginning of what this tool can do. You can also tell it to add stuff in, take stuff out. You can probably, I'll try to have it put a shirt on me in a second, all right? Let's see what it does here. What? Like, completely believable photo. Completely believable. What are the other options? Yeah, also love that. Wow. Huh. Okay, let's see if I can get it to put a shirt on me. Highlight this. He's wearing a red t-shirt. It messed up my face, but oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. Okay, I'm not sure why I decided to mess with my face, but regardless, it got the t-shirt on me. That one, if we just here, look, so let's accept that. You get the point. We're at a stage in the game. We are at an inflection point where artificial intelligence is here. Is it scary a little bit? Yes. Is it here regardless? Yes. And so, you know, all the advice that you hear from all the gurus is like, just figure out how to work with it for now. The way that I see it is like, okay, we can figure out how to work with it for now, and then let's say it does take everybody's job in the next 10 years. Okay, well, that's gonna happen regardless. So we might as well figure out how to work with it, put ourselves in the best position to win with it in case it doesn't take everybody's jobs, and in case it really is just a tool to help people do their jobs quicker and better than they could have done them before without AI. That's kind of my take. These are 3 of the tools that I've been really enjoying using. I'd love to hear about what you've been enjoying using. And thank you so much for being here.